nobody here on this live right now, but I'm going to talk about something that's important. It's about being at peace even when there's no peace around you. And I think and I believe strongly that whenever we're younger, I would say younger adults, and you're coming up into full adulthood, sometimes we see all of the craziness in the world, and we see, there's just so much going on, especially if you have kids or you have family members, you stay with your parents. There's so much things that are going on around you. And, the most common thing in America, I know, is always seeking peace. But it's a lot of times it's this external peace that we want. And so, I want to bring this message that it's okay to be at peace and to understand, to grasp peace within yourself, within your body, mind, spirit, but for there to be so much chaos going on around you. It's okay. And I think that we don't believe that's okay. I believe strongly that we believe as Americans, I'm going to speak to mostly Americans, that if we don't have calm seas around us at all times, there's something wrong with us. And so, as somebody who has dealt with addiction and who continues every day, who continues to struggle just in life with addiction, just the mindset that is not the most uplifting mindset personally. And I say that as a human being. I don't say that as somebody who has not worked on themselves for a long time. I say that as just a human being that has flaws. So you can be a human being with flaws and still find peace, even when peace isn't necessarily found in your direct environment. And I'm going to say this earlier. I went on a run, and I'm going to use running and working out as an example. If you look at my channel, there's a lot of like workout videos. But I was doing a run, and I scheduled it out, turned on my apps, scheduled this run out, and I was going to run around a field, pretty large field, and there's guys cutting grass. It's a soccer field for a college, a large field. They're just going back and forth. They stop to talk for a while, but there's bugs. There's these little gnats. I call them gnats, but there's these little bugs that are everywhere. I'm talking about this is the late afternoon, and these things are, usually you see them. I feel like they're usually around in the mornings, but these things were everywhere. I wish, because I don't have any memory on my phone, but wanted to take a picture of all these gnats, all these bugs that were everywhere. Anyways, getting into my run, I'm just like, man, I really don't want to do this run. I really don't want, you know, these things are flying in my eyes, and they're everywhere. They're all around me. And there was definitely no, I would say, peace in my workout. There wasn't just a smooth, nice workout, um, other than the pace I was going. And and I just, at 1 mile in, I just like thought about it, like, man, all right, let's hunker down, stop overthinking it, pace yourself, and get back out there, get to it. Put on whatever you need to. I put on some shades, put on my hat. Of course, I had shorts on and that great stuff, but I just went back and into that run to finish the miles that I set out to do, which was about 4.5 miles, that I ended up setting out to do. But by the end of that run, um, hey, what's going on? So by the end of that run, um, covered in bugs, literally just covered. But I felt good because I stepped back into it, even with all of the distractions and all of the noise. I stepped back into it and completed my run, and that was just today. But my point is, whenever you can try your best to have peace, inside, even whenever everything is going crazy around you. Ignore the this world saying, okay, you just need to have everything calm, everything still before you can act. That is a lie. It's a lie. It's not true. What you need to have is calm internally. You need to be able to have calm and poise, even in hectic situations. You have to grab a hold of yourself in very hectic situations and be the one that's calm and poised. It's hard to do, yes, but whenever you really look at it and you see everything that's going on around you, even whenever you don't want to be in the situation that you're in, and you see other people and you look them in the face and you say they're freaking out, and you know that internally you've practiced enough, you've practiced and been patient enough that you can go into whatever situation it is with calm and poise, even whenever we all have fight or flight. We all have fight or flight. That urge will always be there. So fight or flight will always try to pull you um out of that peace. Every single time. Fight or flight will always try to pull you out of peace, or of your internal peace. I'm not saying that, you know, rounds aren't being fired. I'm not saying that, you know, there's not crazy hecticness going on around you. You know, having family, having kids, having the demands put on you as far as your life is concerned. You know, that's we all have it, and so some of us try to fake it and act like we don't have it, but that's not true. We all have it. You have to get that internal poise. You won't only understand this whenever you get into a place where you can work on yourself and not be afraid to feel that feeling. So a lot of times in this world, what happens is we're addicted. We're addicted to things, and so we'd rather go back into addiction, an addiction of whatever it may be for you. It could be chocolates, it could be whatever. I don't know. You rather go back into those things than sit in a very discomfort. It's a very uncomfortable place. It's very uncomfortable to just be able to say, you know what? I'd rather go forward. I'm gonna go forward instead of going backwards. It's always going to be the better option, even whenever, see, people won't like you going forward. Like, generally, I'm not just saying that. Like, literally, they, because it's literally because of who you're becoming. It's because of who you have to become to go forward. Because whenever you're going forward, you're literally, it's like stiff arming people. You're literally like, I boof, like I can't do it because I will go back. I'm gonna go back if I take a little bit of time to entertain anything that would have me go back. I'm gonna go back. That's period. It is just how we are wired. So you have to really get wired, and people will look at that and say, this freaking person is crazy. You're out of your mind right now. There's no way that you can achieve what you're going to achieve. There's no way. And the really big thing about that is, and I think this is becoming more prevalent in our society and more common, is that obviously the people who say those things, they feel it about themselves, and it's also regurgitated from other things that they've heard other people say. So when you hear these common sayings, or hey, you should slow down, you should relax, you don't have to go that hard, or you don't need to do that, that's not necessary. You know, people hear these things themselves and they feel it. They themselves feel it because it's absolutely difficult. It's absolutely difficult. That is the key. It's absolutely hard to do. And just like that, we've gone to zero in the chat, and I love it because people would rather play around than actually get serious with their lives. It's actually just playing around. You're spinning in circles. You're a dog chasing your tail because you don't want to get serious. You have to get serious about life. That's the only way. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed. That was my spiel. I'm going to be back on here again. Tell me if you liked it. If you just joined, sorry, you'll watch the replay. This is going to be, the title is going to be, what is it going to be? Something along the lines of keeping peace whenever there's no peace around you. So I don't know how that's going to sound. That's going to sound all types of whack if I try to make a title like that. But the whole message behind what I just said is being at peace internally. The waters are gonna go all up and down and everywhere. You're gonna have chaos all around you. Like, that's just how life is. It's just chaos. It's just life. That's it. It's just life. But you have to be able to get a hold of yourself. You have to literally grab yourself by the freaking cheeks, grab yourself by the cheeks and say no more. Get yourself freaking in line. Get yourself in order. Because if you don't, it's gonna be all right. Boom, hop back into the chasing my tail. I'm gonna hop back into chasing my tail. Chasing my tail. You stop yelling. Shut your mouth. Anyways, hop back into chasing my tail. Hop back into entertaining stupidity. That's just all it is. So, anyways, thanks for joining. And I'll look at some of these comments. Is that dangerous? Blah 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 blah. All right, peace. Thanks.